It's not every day that a whole city stops. In a place as busy and sprawling as Los Angeles, the idea of everything coming to a halt seems almost impossible. But sometimes, something so extraordinary happens that it brings millions together, making time itself feel like it's paused. But November 3rd, 2025, was different. It was a date circled in red on calendars across the city, a day that would be remembered for years to come. The Los Angeles Dodgers won the World Series again, back-to-back champions. The city's beloved team had done the unthinkable, cementing their legacy in the annals of baseball history. The city threw the biggest party you've ever seen, a parade through downtown that stretched for miles. People poured out of their homes, offices, and schools, eager to be part of something bigger than themselves. The air buzzed with excitement as people donned their Dodgers blue, grabbed signs, and filled the streets. Flags waved from every window, and the city was awash in a sea of blue and white. This wasn't just about baseball. It was about a city coming together, about pride and hope, about the power of sports to unite people from every walk of life. It was about hard work, resilience, and unity. The Dodgers' journey mirrored the city's own struggles and triumphs, and everyone felt like they were part of the victory. The Dodgers inspired the city, and the city was ready to say thank you, loudly. Chants echoed off skyscrapers, and gratitude filled the air. Winning a World Series is tough. It takes grit, determination, and a little bit of magic. Every pitch, every swing, every catch mattered. Doing it twice in a row? Legendary. Only a handful of teams in history have ever managed such a feat, and now the Dodgers stood among the greats. It takes more than talent. It takes heart and teamwork. The players leaned on each other, lifting each other up through every challenge and setback. From the first pitch to the final out, the Dodgers played for each other and for every fan. Every moment on the field was a tribute to the city that cheered them on, rain or shine. Yesterday, the fans gave that love right back. The cheers were deafening, the smiles contagious, and the sense of community stronger than ever. The stage was set for an epic celebration. Banners hung from every building, and the city's heart beat as one. For one day, LA paused its busy life to honor its champions. The city was ready. The fans were ready. Even the traffic, famous for never stopping, gave way to the celebration. The Dodgers were ready to soak in every cheer. It was pure magic. Players waved from floats, their faces lit up with joy and disbelief at the outpouring of love. A moment to remember, a day that will go down in LA history. Confetti rained down, and the city glowed with pride. The boys in blue brought the trophy home. It wasn't just a win for the team. It was a win for every Angelino who dared to dream. The city united in joy. Strangers became friends, and for a few precious hours, everyone was family. And for one unforgettable day, Los Angeles stood still. The world watched as a city celebrated not just a championship, but the spirit that makes LA truly special. Before the parade even began, fans flooded downtown from every corner of the city. Some arrived before dawn, eager to claim the best spots along the route, while others came in groups, arms full of banners and snacks, ready for a day of celebration. The anticipation was palpable, and you could feel the excitement building with every passing minute. By sunrise, the streets were a sea of blue and white. Flags waved from every window, and the sidewalks overflowed with fans dressed head to toe in Dodgers gear. The city's heartbeat seemed to sync with the chants and cheers echoing through the early morning air. Grandparents, kids, friends, and strangers, everyone was united by their love for the Dodgers. Generations stood side by side, sharing stories of past seasons and favorite players, passing down traditions and memories. It was a gathering that spanned ages and backgrounds, all brought together by a single passion. The energy was electric, like the world's biggest block party. Laughter and music filled the air, and everywhere you looked, people were dancing, singing, and celebrating together. The city felt alive in a way that only happens when everyone is united in joy. Music blasted from speakers on every corner, people danced in the streets, and the smell of street food, tacos, hot dogs, churros, drifted through the crowd. Vendors called out their specials, and fans lined up for snacks, sharing bites and stories with new friends. Homemade signs waved high above the crowd, back-to-back champs, and "We love our Dodgers." Some fans had spent hours crafting their banners, adding glitter, paint, and heartfelt messages. The creativity and pride on display were as impressive as the team's victory itself. It didn't matter who you were, if you loved the Dodgers, you were family. Strangers hugged, high-fived, and celebrated as if they'd known each other for years. The sense of community was undeniable, and for a moment, everyone belonged. Kids perched on parents' shoulders, craning their necks for a glimpse of their heroes. Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Shohei Ohtani. Their eyes sparkled with hope, clutching baseballs and hats, dreaming of a wave or a smile from their favorite player. This was more than a parade, it was a memory in the making. Fans snapped photos and videos, determined to capture every moment, knowing they'd be telling these stories for years to come. The joy was contagious, and the sense of history was everywhere. The crowd was a mosaic of LA, diverse, joyful, united. People from every neighborhood, every background came together, showing the true spirit of the city. It was a celebration not just of a team, but of a community. Their cheers echoed through the skyscrapers, the sound of a city in love with its team. The roar was deafening, bouncing off the buildings and filling the air with pure, unfiltered happiness. For one unforgettable day, downtown belonged to the fans, and the city's heartbeat blew. Every great party needs a plan, and this one was mapped to share the love. The parade kicked off at North Broadway and West Temple, winding 1.7 miles through the heart of LA. Double-decker buses rolled past iconic buildings, confetti raining down. Players waved, held up the trophy, and soaked in the cheers. The route was a victory lap through the soul of Los Angeles. Every block was a new chapter in this championship story. This was a parade of heroes. The city of Los Angeles had waited for this moment, and now the streets overflowed with excitement and pride. Fans lined the sidewalks, waving banners and flags, their cheers echoing off the buildings. It was a day when the city paused to honor its champions, and the energy was electric. On open-air buses, the Dodgers smiled, celebrated with their families, and shared the moment with the city. Children sat on their parents' shoulders, waving at their heroes, while players held their own kids close, soaking in the love from the crowd. The parade wasn't just for the team, it was for every Angelino who had believed, hoped, and cheered all season long. Mookie Betts pointed at fans, Freddie Freeman sent hugs, and the trophy gleamed in the sun. The players' faces lit up as they spotted familiar faces in the crowd, friends, family, and lifelong supporters. The championship trophy, held high, sparkled as a symbol of hard work, unity, and the dreams of an entire city finally realized. Players danced, filmed the crowds, and connected with fans. This was personal. They took selfies, signed autographs, and even tossed hats and shirts into the sea of blue. For many, it was a chance to give back to the fans who had stood by them through every high and low. They laughed at signs, waved at kids in their jerseys, and made memories that would last a lifetime. Some fans held up homemade posters, others wore costumes or painted their faces, all hoping to catch a player's eye. The joy was contagious, spreading from the buses to every corner of the city. Champagne sprayed, commemorative baseballs flew into the crowd, and pure joy filled the streets. The air was thick with confetti and laughter, as players and fans alike let loose in celebration. It was a moment of pure release after a season of hard-fought battles and unforgettable victories. For 45 minutes, LA belonged to the Dodgers and their fans, the city's heartbeat as one, united by pride and gratitude. Every block, every intersection was alive with music, dancing, and the sound of thousands of voices singing in unison. The slow-moving buses allowed for real connection, eye contact, waves, and smiles. Players reached out, sometimes even shaking hands or tossing a baseball to a lucky fan. These small gestures meant everything, turning a massive celebration into a series of intimate, unforgettable moments. These moments turned young fans into lifelong supporters. For many children, it was their first time seeing their heroes up close, and the memory would stay with them forever. The parade wasn't just a celebration. It was the beginning of new dreams for the next generation. It was a rolling party, a celebration of victory and community. Strangers became friends, united by their love for the team and the city. The parade was a reminder that sports have the power to bring people together, to inspire hope, and to create lasting bonds. The bond between team and city was on full display. Players and fans embraced, sharing tears of joy and gratitude. It was a day when everyone felt like part of something bigger, a family, a community, a kingdom united by victory. This was more than a victory lap, it was a thank you. The players knew they couldn't have done it alone, and their gratitude was written on every face, every wave, every heartfelt gesture. The Dodgers and LA celebrated as one. On this day, the city and its champions were inseparable, their joy echoing through every street and every heart. The party didn't end with the parade. At Dodger Stadium, thousands of fans gathered for the grand finale. The field became a giant party zone, highlights played on big screens, and the champions took the stage. Players and coaches spoke from the heart, about hard work, challenges, and the thrill of victory. They thanked their families, teammates, and especially the fans. The rally was emotional, funny, and unforgettable. A perfect ending to a perfect day. Under the Southern California sky, the team and city shared one last heartfelt thank you. Amid the confetti, a new dream took shape. Shohei Ohtani, superstar and fan favorite, made his intentions clear. "I'm ready to get another ring next year." The crowd erupted. This wasn't just a wish, it was a promise. A three-peat is one of the rarest feats in sports. Only the Yankees and the '70s A's have done it. For the Dodgers, it would mean joining baseball's most elite company. Ohtani's ambition fired up the fans and the team. The quest for a third straight title had officially begun. The celebration became a preview of what's next. The Dodgers aren't done making history. This championship was about more than baseball. For one day, LA was united. Neighborhoods, backgrounds, and languages didn't matter. The Dodgers brought the city together, creating pride and community. This win is a reflection of LA's spirit, diverse, resilient, and full of dreamers. Kids saw their heroes and learned about teamwork, dedication, and possibility. The victory inspired everyone to stand a little taller. It's a story that will be told for years, encouraging the next generation to chase their dreams. Sports have a way of cutting through the noise, bringing pure joy. For a day, worries faded, and happiness took over. The Dodgers gave LA a reason to smile and celebrate. This was more than a trophy, it was a moment of connection. And that's a victory in itself. This victory didn't happen in isolation. Back-to-back titles are how dynasties are born. The Dodgers' success is built on strategy, talent, and a winning culture. Stars like Freeman, Betts, and Ohtani lead the way, but the team's depth is its strength. The future is bright, with a core of stars and a hunger for more. The dream of a three-peat feels real. The Dodgers know what it takes to win, and to keep winning. Every game is history in the making. This parade was another chapter in a modern baseball dynasty. The story is far from over. As the confetti settles, what remains is a feeling, a warm glow of pride and unity. The parade was more than a day. It was a reminder of what makes LA special. Fans, old and new, shared in the joy. The celebration created memories that will last for years. The spirit of victory will ripple through the city, inspiring optimism and connection. The Dodgers' success is LA's success. This is a city where dreams come true and champions are made. Let's hold on to this feeling, this unity, this joy. Congratulations, Dodgers. Congratulations, Los Angeles. We did it, again.